Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Good. Are you ready to continue yoga unit today? Okay, so just like last time, we are going to focusing on sun salutation routine today. Okay, but today we are going to use a teaching style C, reciprocal style. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we are going to review the sun salutation routine together. Then after that, I am going to explain what the style C, reciprocal style look like. Okay, so that why don't you everyone stand up? Okay, and then stand up front side of the mat. All right, and then let's review the sun salutation routine together. So stand up tall with the mountain. Okay, and inhale and exhale. And as you inhale, let's slowly move your arms over your head. And exhale, let's slowly bend it to forward. And inhale. And as you exhale, let's slowly bring back your right leg behind, going to the lunge. Good. And inhale. And as you exhale, let's slowly bring back your left leg, going to the plank. Remember, when you do the plank, your shoulder, hip, legs are straight lines. Hands goes right under the shoulder. And inhale. And as you exhale, let's slowly bend your arms. And then let's slowly go into the cobra. And inhale, let's slowly put your forehead on the mat. And exhale back to the cobra. And inhale. And as you exhale, let's slowly go into the downward facing dog. Remember, you're going to make a big triangle between yourself and mat and push down your shoulder inward. Okay, and inhale. And as you exhale, let's slowly bring in your right foot between your hands, going to the lunge. And inhale. And as you exhale, let's slowly bring in your left foot between your hands. And inhale. And as you exhale, let's slowly extend your knees. And then slowly coming up to the mountain pose. And as you're coming up, let's slowly move your arms over your head. And then put your hands together on your heart. Okay, very nice job. So that was a sun salutation routine. So today, like I said, we are going to use the style called style C, reciprocal style, okay? So you are going to, when I say go, you are going to grab a partner, okay? And then the one person in the partner is going to become a doer that who are going to perform the sun salutation, okay? And then the other person is going to become an observer, okay? The observer's role is to go through the checklist you have, okay? And then give a feedback to the doer based on that criteria that you're given, okay? So the cues you're going to look at it as an observer, first one is the feet and leg alignment, okay, to see if it's a mountain, is it straight lines, if you lunge, is the alignment is good, if you are like plank, your shoulder, hip, legs are straight line, look at the feet and leg alignment, okay? And then second one is the spine and hip positions, okay? Look at spine length, and then, on cobra, make sure you have the hip down and stretch backwards. And then third one, you need to look at shoulder arm placement, okay? And the detailed information is in the checklist. And then also you are checking your partner's breath coordination. Remember, when during the yoga, you are not holding your breath, right? Inhale and exhale, okay? So make sure that inhale and exhaling naturally and well and intentionally during the sun salutation, okay? And then third one is the core engagement, to make sure when you do the plank, is your partner's core engaged, downward facing dog, same thing, okay? And make sure that the belly drawn in, hips lifted high, and the heels pressing toward the floor. Okay, those are the checklist things. Okay, so now I am going to demonstrate doer and observer. Okay, Jordan, why don't you come up here? Okay, so now I'm going to demonstrate the observer. So now Jordan are partner. Okay, and then Jordan is going to be the doer. I am the observer. So she's going to perform the sun salutation, and I am going to observe. All right, so this is, remember, it's just like style B, you can go do your own pace, okay? And so you can, you don't have to go fast, just do this one on your own pace, okay? All right, so Jordan, doer, so please perform that sun salutation. All right, so very good. So Jordan performed, the sun salutation as a doer. So me, observer, giving a feedback to Jordan. Jordan, that was a great sun salutation. I really liked it, especially your alignment was perfect. That when your mountain pose and then planks and cobra, your feet and leg alignment were perfect. And shoulder arm placement was perfect too. I would say the one thing that you can do is maybe slow down, use your breath, breathe in and out to kind of slow down the whole movement as well. Okay. All right, and then I'll do the doer, same thing, and then Jordan's gonna give me a feedback, okay? So I'll go a little faster because you have a time limitation. Okay, so I was a doer. So now Jordan is going to give me some feedback based on that criteria.
Yeah, so I think your core engagement was really good the whole time. I think that was your strong point. I think maybe a little more breath coordination, like we talked about, especially the inhaling during all of your upward movements. You could work on that a little bit. But other than that, you had good shoulder and arm placement. Your spine and hip position was great in all the positions, and it looked like your feet and legs were aligned the entire time. So good job.
Job. All right, so Jordan, thank you. So that was the demonstration of doer and observer role. Okay, so now you are going to, when I say go, grab a partner, and then you are going to start the practicing the sun salutation on your own pace. Okay, you can find your own location if you want to as well. Any questions? All right, and I'm gonna walk around and ask questions to the observer. Okay, what you're observing to. Okay, all right, go ahead. You can do three. You want to do group of three? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Huh? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh no, here. You can do three. Are you doing three? Yeah. So why don't you here, RJ? Why don't you work with Jordan then? All right, Ada. So you are the observer. So what have you? What would you do? How was Alice's performance based on the criteria?
I think that it was really good. A lot of things looked awesome, and your feet and legs were very aligned the whole time. I think if I had one point of feedback, it would be when you bring your leg in to get it more in line with your hands. But other than that, it was great.
All right, good job being observing her criteria performance based on the criteria. Good job. All right, so you switch your roles. Thank you. All right. Abby, how was Catherine's performance?
I think she did a really good job with her breath coordination. You could like actively see her like thinking about it and trying to work through that in the moment with each motion. One thing I think she could have done a little bit better on was probably core engagement. In the plank, she seemed to be a little unsteady, but besides that, she did a great job.
Right. Good job observing her performance based on the criteria. Good job. Continue practicing. Oh, she performed? Okay, so Alice, how was Ada's performance?
She did really good. Her feet and leg alignment was really good, and so was her spine and hip position. Her breath coordination could be a little bit better and just going a little bit slower and matching her inhales and exhales.
Good job. Good job observing the performance. All right, RJ. So you were the observer. How was how was Jordan's performance?
It was pretty similar to what you said, but I think she did a good job of um, focusing on because you told her she has to work on her breath more. I think she did a good job of focusing on her breath during this one. And then obviously, I think she was very straight within her movements, and she was good with her bend.
All right, good job observing Jordan's performance based on the criteria, RJ. All right, when you're done, go back to your the mat. If you are done, when you are done, going back to your mat. All right. So everyone did a really good job being a doer and observer. I walked around and then checked that, if observers observing the doer's performance based on the criteria, and I seems like everyone did a really good job, particularly not focusing on the cues that you were given on the criteria. Nice job.